And we are live, and the doors of the sanctum have been unlocked and opened for the week. Welcome, everyone, back to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I am your illustrious host, Widow's Son. With me right now is one of my awesome co-hosts, The Wanderer. Doc will be joining us here in just the next little bit. But we have, once again, as it's always an esteemed pleasure to have the gentleman on when he comes to join us, my mentor, Sir Hatman. How are you today, my good sir?
I'm very, very sleepy.
I feel that.
Wow. A bunch of, just a bunch of fucking stoners and fucking alcoholics in this room right now.
Fuck yeah. I turned 18 last week.
Wait, what'd you say, Hatman?
At least I'm not hungover.
This is very true. But like I said, Doc will be joining us in just the next little bit. So upcoming, the next show is going to be a week from today. I will actually have a full weekend off, a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday, which I plan to make complete and utter use of in my own evil and deprived manners.
Porno.
No. No, yes. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do, except probably, I know I'm going to hang out around here, and I'm actually going to start doing some reading again, because I'm getting the bug to do a new research paper. And so I'm going to start studying my bookshelf very carefully, and the subject that pops out to me the most intensely is what I'm going to start on. But yes, a week from today, we'll be doing the next show. Going to try to line up some guests for that and everything. And then I'll have to look a little bit further into the month, and then we will see see when the next shows are going to be. And of course, I'll announce those as well. Also, everyone, don't forget that next month we will be doing one episode of The Sanctum. We will be doing the Wrestling Nerd Smackdown. Just have to get in contact with Bran. When I plan to set this up, make sure he's going to be able to come on, and I'll get in touch with Grampy, and we will see what we can do. But we are here today, and thank you everyone who's starting to tune in. I see that Mother Terra is here, Rage is here, Sterno's here. I guess everyone will start popping in one at a time and see what's going on. So guys, how has your week been? Hatman, I understand you retired. Is work been extremely more busy, or what would you call it?
Oh, busy. Lots of stuff going on. And plus, I think the whole lockdown thing is starting to really bite. And just, I don't know. I don't want to go back to the office, but it's going to happen sooner or later. But I kind of feel at the moment, I think that the lack of a clear break between home, YouTube, office is kind of beginning to bite. There's no split anymore. Now it sucks.
You should well, hello, Amber. Nice to see you here.
Yeah, and Tara does kind of wear me out as well.
God,
yeah,
when?
No, hey, you have not crossed into that territory yet, sir. So therefore, you cannot say shit on the subject. I understand you have a girlfriend.
Is epic.
You're such a dick. Anyway. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, gentlemen, happy Day of the Dude. Yes, March 6th is the Day of the Dude. So everyone who's listening right now and will be listening later on, the dude abides, and I hope you do as well. Sit around, watch the movie, Big Lebowski, do a J, have some fun with it. So, and yes, we
rug.
Yeah, and yes, we will be making quotes and references to the movie today because it is such an appropriate day. I'm sure Hatman's been back in his George Romero movies as always.
I would not say no to a good zombie eating some brains thing.
Oh, Hatman, if you have not looked this channel up, you should look up a channel called the Grim Collective. This is a guy and his wife who go around to like filming locations and museums and just oddities and all kinds of stuff. And they actually went to the filming locations of the original Dawn of the Dead and the Night of the Living Dead, the cemetery, all of that. You should really go and check those out because I know you're such a big fan of those movies.
Dude, George Romero, such an annoying boss to fight in that one Call of Duty game. One's on the map.
I have no clue what you're talking about, brother.
There was a Call of Duty Zombies map, okay? And George Romero was like one of the bosses on the map. He like chased you around, and if you shot him, then he got really pissed off and then started to like chase you. And then you had to cool him down in the lake. And it took place in like fucking Siberia. And it was really cool. I'm going to send you the opening cinematic to that because it looks really cool.
Well, that's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting. See, there's the first quote of the show. So, but yeah, if you haven't checked that channel out, go and look them up. I think you'd enjoy their videos on the Dawn of the Dead. Like they actually go to the mall and everything like that. I thought you might find that interesting.
I will do my utmost to check it out. If I remember, I'm getting on in years. My memory's not what it used to be.
Well,
I feel the exact same, and I literally turned 18 last week.
Oh, well, and speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen and members of the Sanctum, allow me to address this very important announcement about our young wanderer here. As many of you well know, he turned 18 this past Sunday. And I was informed before we went on the air that the wanderer himself got drunk for the first time yesterday.
It was not a pleasant experience.
Welcome to life.
Yeah. Welcome to the gaming.
He's finally an adult. Yay!
Hell yeah. I still won't stand for these disgusting jokes though.
This aggression will not stand, man.
This aggression will not stand, man.
He's just gonna sit for the jokes. Don't worry about it.
Look, no. You have when before your birthday, you were allowed to do that. You are an adult now, so you have to embrace this. You're lucky that Mother Tara doesn't come in here because, to be honest with you, I just cut her and Hatman loose on you for about 5 minutes, and just to see if you made it.
That would not be fun.
It would be amusing though for people watching.
Yeah, for you maybe. Yeah, and for people watching. Yeah.
It'd be a goddamn blast for me, to be honest with you.
Of course.
So you got drunk for the first time. All right. So what was the drink? What was the drink?
I'm probably too embarrassed to say because I'm such a lightweight. So
It's probably a lager shandy.
No, not shandy. I had 5 beers in total.
Okay, were they actual beers?
Yes, they were actual beers. Yes.
Like real beer?
Yeah.
Nothing girly.
Well, I did have the strawberry one.
That is a yes or no question.
Not American beers.
I had 2 of the strawberry ones, and then I had 3 IPAs, which is like a dark.
Very, very nice. At least
IPA is nice.
Oh, very very, very. I'm proud of you. I'm quite proud of you because the master of the temple here enjoys a good craft beer. I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you. Hats off to you.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, IPA is pretty damn good. Like my girlfriend's dad actually got me a shit ton for my birthday. Like it was just like a 4-pack or something.
Oh man, those are the best. Oh, and those are the best, and those have a lot of those have the highest alcohol content as well.
Yeah, so I was drinking them sitting down. I was in like a voice chat with like Sterno and a bunch of other people playing Minecraft, and then I can't remember any of the funny stuff that went down, but I remember getting up, going to pee, forgetting to go to pee, getting attacked by my dog. Something else happened, and I can't remember what.
I think he's on Hatman. I do believe that he's on his way to becoming a full adult now that he has experienced the drunk for the first time.
I thought you were about to say alcoholic. I was like, damn straight.
Well, he's taken his first step into a larger world.
True.
I think Hatman. I think you should send Wanderer a bottle of whiskey.
I think
I'm too much of a novice.
Wait
I'll probably like
wait a minute.
fall asleep.
What Hatman? What'd you say?
I think you are mistaken.
Actually, to be honest, yeah. You said I was doing. Oh, wait. Did I say that shit? I can't remember saying that shit wrong. I probably did though. Oh, that was when we played Roblox. Yeah, I said he was doing the retard dance. That was funny. I was like, "Why are you doing the retard dance?" Then I remember getting off, like turning my PC off and everything. I stand up and I like feel wobbly as shit. And I was like, bruh, dude, no, there's no way I'm making it to that goddamn door. Like, so I just like hit all my lights and stuff. And I was like, yep.
You make a hell of a Caucasian, Jackie.
Yeah, I am white person.
Well, I was talking about, I was making a Big Lebowski reference.
Ah, yes, of course.
Because, I mean, the dude drinks his White Russian. Damn it, I knew that's something that I forgot to do. Was I should have gone to the liquor store and got the makings for White Russians. I should be drinking White Russians today.
I should be doing the swag.
Well, and I agree. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, if you know, honestly, it would be really appropriate if all three of us were drinking White Russians right now, since Wanderer can now drink. I think that would be rather interesting.
Three Caucasian Russian.
Another Caucasian, Gary. Right, dude. So, Hatman, I know you and Wanderer are still on lockdown. How much longer do they say you've got?
March 8th for me. Don't know about Hatman.
Yeah, because I'm well beyond my school years.
Yeah. That's weird. No, I just got attacked by a big pufferfish. But yeah, like I go back to college.
Don't want to know.
Theoretically,
yeah, I don't either.
Mario Galaxy Fools, the best Mario game. But also, yeah, so it's theoretically everybody goes back to college and like school and shit on March 8th, right? But they're not sending me back until the 12th.
Well, Hatman, what about your part of the UK?
Unknown at the moment. I think possibly the 29th of March, but I don't know. It's kind of all very weird and up in the air.
Once I get my, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Once I get my taxes done, I'm gonna put a little money back, and I'm gonna try to start saving to actually come and visit you guys. So
taxes, ew.
Yeah, we have to file income taxes here in America.
Yeah, when you have a job, you like pay taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'll need to stop paying tax now. I'm 18. Fuck.
No, if you get a paycheck, they take taxes out of it.
God damn it! This is thievery.
You may want to call your boss and ask about whatever y'all's standard tax form is that they send you to file. Do they do W-2s there, or is it something else?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I've been there for like a year now, and honestly, I'm just kind of a dishwasher, man. Like, just chilling.
Well, man with the hat. What about you? Do they do W-2s, or is it something different?
I don't know what a W-2 is. They just deduct it from the monthly my monthly pay.
Oh, they pay you once a month.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It depends where you work. Some places are weekly, but a lot of places are monthly. I'm monthly.
I'm monthly as well.
I get paid every week, so. Yeah, but once I get those taxes, once I get mine done and everything, I'm gonna try to start budgeting a little money here and there. I need to get on a plane and come and visit you guys.
That would be poggers.
Plus, I've always wanted to cross to cross the pond, as they say. I need to travel outside of the country. I've never been out of the country. Hell, I've never even flown before. So
You should. If I could recommend a place other than England, because it sucks, but I would recommend Menorca.
Honestly, my places that I really want to go in the UK and Europe is, of course, I want to come to England, because I definitely want to see you guys. First round's on me, by the way. So write that down. When I make it over there, first round's on me, gentlemen.
Why, thank you.
It's the least I can do. Let's see, England, of course, Scotland. I'd love to go over and visit, Glasgow and all of that. Maybe let Stu Dog know I'm coming to town and just be like, hey, let's drink some cider and eat some yogurt and get locked in the bathroom.
Oh my god, I love that story. I love that story so much. We need to get Stu Dog back on to explain that story one time, because that is a beautiful tale.
It is. He actually told that story, I think, on the first episode we had you on, actually, didn't he?
I think it was, yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, much love to Stu Dog. Need to get him back on here. He and as we always say, he's a very big part of the show, and he will always have his chair and microphone. If this were a actual like studio we were all sitting in face to face, his chair and microphone would be waiting for him when he came back. But yeah, Stu Dog, we love you. Let's see, Scotland, of course, Ireland, because I want to go to Belfast, where my family comes from.
Yeah.
And another real big reason I want to go to England is because I want to visit some of the lodges over there, the ones where you actually have to wear a suit or a tuxedo and attend.
Yeah.
But then there's Norway, Finland, basically Scandinavia, Norway, Finland, Sweden. I want to go visit those places too, and
go to the Danish lands. Yeah,
I want to go to Norway, because I want to go and they actually do black metal tours, and they take you and show you where the church burnings happened in the 90s, and Euronymous from Mayhem, they show you where his record store used to be. Like, they just take you like on all of these tours of this musical history, and I love black metal, and I'm in the mood for it. So yeah, I definitely want to go to Norway and take those tours.
That sounds cool.
There's a couple of documentaries I need to recommend for you to check out. You got your notebook right there with you?
I can make a note, yeah.
Okay, one is called Until the Light Takes Us.
Okay.
The other is called Black Hearts.
Let me type this. Until the light. Wait. Until the lights.
Until the Light Takes Us.
Right. Got that one.
And the other was called Black Hearts. And also, I highly recommend just going to YouTube, type in black metal documentaries, and hit search. You'll find some good ones and some very interesting ones there.
Yeah. I'll check them out.
And of course, Amsterdam. I at least want to see it once.
Amsterdam for the weeds.
Lefuni
weeds.
You mind if I do a J? Careful, man. There's a beverage here. But And I know you. I know you two have to want to cross the pond and come here and visit me. Wow, I can show you a lot of things not to do.
I have always wanted to go to America, not to live there, obviously, but like just to kind of chill.
And and Hatman, I know you and Mother Terra got to make the trip. Definitely. You guys would be more than welcome in my home.
To visit America again, the land that's rebelled against the Empire. Don't know about that.
Look, don't bullshit a bullshit
again.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter. All right.
Yeah, let's go reform the British Empire.
Yeah, we'll go. I'll come over and I can sow the seeds for reestablishing my empire.
Okay, I tell you what, you and I will sit down and negotiate over a bottle of Johnny Walker. How about that?
Okay, I'll take the east and northern and the west.
No. I require the east. I require the east.
I'm not taking Texas. I don't want Texas.
No. I require. Okay, look, I require the east because that is where the light comes from. So,
I mean, I'm not going to fight Raz for Texas. Screw that.
I tell you what, let's just give Texas to Raz, and we'll call it even. You take the west, I'll take the east, and
I want the west.
Okay, look, if you want to go to war with Hatman, that's on you.
No, I just can y'all have Texas? Give me Nevada.
Yeah. Wanderer can have Texas.
I'll have Texas and Nevada.
Wanderer can have Texas.
Okay,
quote, unquote, have.
Okay, yeah, but my point with that is enjoying my coffee. For those of you who don't know, and I failed to mention this, because it is the Day of the Dude, I actually have The Big Lebowski playing on my TV right now. So,
if he gets distracted, he's watching the movie.
No, I'm not, dude. You don't know how many times I've actually had a conversation while this was playing in the background, and it still make total sense because I know this movie extremely well.
So many movies I need to watch, like a bunch of Cornwave songs sample movies, and they just sound so funny. Like there's one about two fat kids who smoked a ton of weed and arguing over some show they're watching, and then I was like, oh, I thought the fat one didn't talk too much. I was like, that sounds funny.
But no. Raz will have to take Texas. There's just no way around that. I tell you what, Wanderer, I'll give you Alaska.
Alaska. Is that a cold place?
Give or take.
I don't want a cold place.
Well, I can't give you Hawaii because that's part of the West and that's Hatman's territory.
I want a desert place.
Can we give him Florida?
No, let's give him Nevada.
Yeah, I want Nevada.
No, Vegas is in Nevada.
Okay, let's give him Arizona. Let's give him Arizona.
You can't have Vegas.
Why?
Okay, wait a minute. I've got a compromise. We'll give him Arizona.
You can have Arizona.
I will conquer Arizona.
Okay, you can have Arizona. But wait a minute, where would we cut? Where would be the I guess the Midwest would have to be split in half between the two of us.
I suppose so.
I'm talking to Hatman because
I know. I'm just being the trade deal overseer.
Because we'd have to split the Dakotas and Oklahoma and all of that. Since Raz takes Texas, then we have to split the rest down the middle.
What bullshit. Raz, I'm gonna fucking fight you over Texas.
No, you're gonna take Arizona and like it.
I'm going to fight over Texas.
Yeah, let him fight over Texas.
It will end stupendously.
Okay.
It will. My
Okay.
money's on Raz. I'll bet the entire Western states on Raz.
Yeah, I'll throw the East in there just for fun. Okay, and Hatman. So you would give me full privilege to visit Las Vegas whenever I chose. Am I correct?
Well, I think that's reasonable. I mean,
because I want
to visit New York on occasion.
Okay, well, I was going to say I'm sure that Las Vegas is where you would take up shop.
That's a reasonable bet, yeah.
I can see it now. You living at the top of the NGM Grand.
Hatman becomes
I'm going to
Mr.
build
House.
something outside of it so I can see the entire strip.
Hatman becomes Mr. House from Fallout New Vegas. Conquers the entire body.
Better than that. I'd go like
no,
Lord House.
Hatman becomes the real Jeffrey Lebowski, the millionaire.
Yeah.
They're looking for him to pee on his rug. So yeah, I figured that's where you'd, honestly, I don't know where I would take up base. Of course, it wouldn't be in Alabama, that's for sure. I mean, in Washington is too cliche.
Fuck Florida.
Oh God, no. In Washington,
State.
Washington would be too obvious for me to take up shop in. I'm thinking Pittsburgh.
Kind of epic.
Yeah, because I could have a skybox at the stadium so I could watch the Steelers play.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know you guys don't know jack about American football. I get it.
I know they're a band, and they made that one funny song. The one that goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That never meant. Yeah, that one. It's in my playlist.
Would you give? Okay, I have one more question for Hatman about this whole trade agreement. I mean, of course, other terms will have to be discussed once there's the bottle sitting between us. I'll even throw in a good cigar for that discussion. We're slowly plotting this. So, when I come over there to visit, you get the Johnny Walker, I'll get the cigars, and we'll sit down and we'll negotiate face to face. Would you allow me to own one of the hotels on the strip? Would you give me property in Sin City?
I may give you a preferential rate to lease the hotel.
Can you give me the presidential suite?
What if I gave you the White House?
I will literally give you the White House.
No, wait a minute. Hang on. I'll give you the Capitol building.
No more riots.
I'll give you the Capitol building.
Well, if you can transplant the Capitol building to Vegas, I'll take it.
No, you have property in my territory. I have property in yours.
Yeah, but if I can have the Capitol building in Vegas, that's my house sword.
Okay. Ooh. Well, I already said the MGM Grand for you. Damn it. The Sphinx out front would have been awesome.
This is a very bizarre conversation.
It is. We're literally sitting here just discussing like how we would divide America up if Hatman comes to
So it's basically like playing Monopoly, but it'll happen.
Oh no. No, never mind. I would take up shop in New Orleans. Thank you for
the suggestion.
Thank you for that, Mother Terra. Sorry, but I will take New Orleans.
I am going to be Switzerland.
Wow. You're going to be Switzerland.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're playing Risk almost. Oh man, but yeah, I've got to get over there. I want to get out. I just want to get out of the South. I say it all the time.
Listen to me very carefully. I have some words to say, and they are important. Do not, and I mean, do not.
If this is a gaming reference, it's not.
It's not gaming. This is a fact. Okay, do not go to fucking Birmingham. Do not go there.
Agreed. Do not go to Birmingham.
Do not go to Birmingham. Shithole. Do not go to Birmingham.
Okay,
I've never been there myself, but it sucks.
Honestly, the places I would really like to go is London, of course. Manchester, I guess, even though I hate Manchester United with a fiery passion. Of course, I wouldn't say that out loud. Not there anyway. Newcastle, of course, or wherever Sir Hatman happens to be taking up residence and building his Brimstone Manor, wherever that construction happens to be taking place.
Legs, probably.
I'd like to go to Liverpool. I would. I'd like to go and see where the Beatles are from, because I'm quite the Beatles fan.
Liverpool's all right. I've been there. I think Sheffield's a nice place to go. Sheffield's quite nice.
Any suggestions, Hatman?
Not really.
It all sucks.
Pretty much, yeah.
Is it now? Now, if I used to have, and as corny as this is going to sound, I used to have kind of a pen pal when I was a teenager. And she and I used to write back and forth to each other, and we'd send each other all kinds of like metal band stuff and all this. And she would send me stuff from Camden. She said that Camden was really cool. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a statue of Johnny Rotten somewhere in Camden. Am I correct on that?
I'll see if I can tell you. I haven't been there before, so.
Oh, I forgot that Hatman's not a music guy. So, like,
I know he is. I've just never been to Camden. You need to ask a Southerner for that.
Fucking hate Southerners.
See, there's a Southerner.
Yeah, but I keep forgetting that Hatman's not a music guy, and every time I think about that, I always go back to the point of, you live in one of the countries where punk rock started. I mean, seriously, how could you not be a music guy?
I live in a country where James Bond started. That's more my shtick.
Yeah,
suave and debonair.
Oh, come on! You had but you had great punk rock coming out of England back in the late 70s. I mean, you had the Sex Pistols. You had.
I didn't exist when they were in their heyday.
Neither did I. I wasn't born until 1981.
Okay.
I wasn't born until 2003. Women born after 1993 cannot cook. All they know is charge their phone, be bisexual, eat hot chip, and lie. I love that quote so much.
It just boggles my mind. I mean, you had the UK Subs and the Damned, and like I said, the Sex Pistols, and oh god, Gen X. I mean, fucking Billy Idol, man.
If I had my soundboard, I'd have the sound of crickets playing right now.
Yeah. Epic.
You just enjoy giving me shit. That's what that is.
Like it's like bullying. Like you pass it down to me.
This is why this is very true. Hatman, if you really think about it, because you are in fact my mentor, you give me shit and then I just spill it back onto Wanderer. So
there you go. Your training is proceeding very well.
The student has become the teacher. I don't get it. I mean, it took me forever to find. I mean, I was listening to good music, but it took me a long time to get back into a lot of it and find some new stuff. And I don't know where I'd be without it, to be honest with you. I mean, movies and video games and all of that can have the same effect, yes, but it's always been music for me. Well, wait a minute, we have a surprise guest. Welcome, Mother
No!
Hello,
How lovely to see you.
Oh, hello, you little shitbag. How are you?
What the fuck was that for? That was really nice.
The motherly voice. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. I thought I'd pop in soon as the Southerner was summoned before I go for my ladies' night.
Oh, I thought that would have already been taking place.
Oh no, that's taking place in 20 minutes. So.
Okay. Yeah, I had to completely reconfigure my server to make this happen.
Oh.
Oh my!
Spare all of your blushes from what's probably going to go down. There are now secret ladies only rooms in there.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
the women's
wait a minute.
bathroom in the Discord server?
I was about to say, yeah. Where in the hell is this taking place? Because I'm intrigued.
The dungeon.
No, they have a dedicated chat room now.
We do. Beware, boys.
Daleks promos only.
Woman code.
Do I even ask who's in here?
Oh no, it's probably best you don't know.
I understand. Your level of secrecy impresses me, Mother dear.
Well, it's a coven, my dear son. So
Don't say that word to somebody who enjoys the kind of philosophy I do. Thank you. Oh, I was actually going to tell you, and I meant to message this to you last night. My brother just got a new shipment of books of his book, his first one. And he has a few left.
Oh.
Let me see how many he has left. If he'll set one aside for me, I'll get him to sign it for you, and I'll send it to you myself.
Oh.
So if you do want to read his book, let me know, and I will take care of it. I'll even pay for the shipping.
Oh, thank you.
So if you want a copy, I'll take care of it. But he's only got 10 left, so you need to let me know soon.
I love new books, so yeah.
Okay, well then
much.
I will. I'll get in touch with him here in just the next little bit, and I'll make it happen.
It's a lovely son. Hey, Jake. You're a lovely son. You are.
Well, I appreciate that.
Hey, Jake.
I still need to get him. Actually, he was just on another edition of the Mindscape podcast. They talk a lot about esoteric philosophy, shamanism, psychedelics, stuff like that. And this was the second episode he was on, and I didn't know anything about it. And I got home this morning and was looking through my subscriptions on my TV, and I saw it. I texted him right away, and I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me you were going to be on there? I wanted to watch live." I'll have to send you the link to those and let you listen to him talk about his book. I'm telling you, he's about to have his next one released very shortly.
Oh, exciting. Don't worry, Sterno. I'm not staying that long. Just popping in while I'm still coherent.
Wait a minute. Still coherent.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you drinking
tonight? I have vodka chilling in the fridge.
You're missing two things.
What would that be?
You're missing Kahlua and half, or whole milk.
Champagne for pain. The cop shot the kid. Same old same. Sorry, I felt like bursting a little rap.
Oh God. Yeah, but you're missing Kahlua and half, or whole milk. That's what you're missing.
I don't like mixing milk with alcohol. It's just no good.
Have you never had a White Russian?
No, and I don't plan on it either.
Wow.
No. Do you know what happens to dairy when you mix it with alcohol?
Yeah, but that doesn't happen with a White Russian.
Yeah, but what happens inside your body is going to come back out. So, I don't really like to take the risk. Don't go there.
And happy day of the dude, by the way.
Happy D-Day. Happy D-Day.
Yeah, happy D-Day.
Happy D-Day.
That's so wrong.
Yeah, that means other things in other places, Wanderer. Be careful you say that too.
It do mean that in other places. I'll fucking do it again.
You should.
Oh my God!
I'm a terrible person.
He turned into an adult, and now he's uncontrollable. Jesus Christ! We can't even time him out now.
I'm seriously based.
I'm trying to tell him. I was trying to tell him earlier. I'm like, okay, you've gotten drunk now.
Oh, Wanderer, were you a little delicate today?
Yesterday, but yeah.
Oh, bless your heart. Just you wait until you move onto spirits. Bless you.
I think we should all chip in and send him a bottle of Johnny Walker. That's what I think we should do.
Oh God, we'd be responsible for manslaughter then. He wouldn't
I
survive.
absolutely love alcohol.
Oh boy.
Mother Terra is actually helping me track down some real absinthe, actually.
Yes.
Is that the shit that like kills you?
No.
No.
It makes you hallucinate, or at least they say it does. It has a chemical in it called wormwood, and that's a psychoactive ingredient. And I'm not sure how much you actually have to consume in order for the pseudo psychedelic effect they say it has. But if you've ever seen the movie From Hell,
Yes.
watch that. And Johnny Depp mixes up one, but he uses an opiate synthetic, because in the movie his character is an opium addict.
He uses laudanum.
Huh?
He uses laudanum.
Oh, that's right. Because it's a poison, and when he was burning it, he was burning the actual poison out of it. Oh wait, Doc's here.
And on that note, I shall leave you boys. So have fun.
Thanks. Doc gets here and Tara runs off. Wow.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Makes me feel welcome.
It's getting a bit, penis heavy in here, so I'm gonna leave you alone and go.
Too much testosterone.
Wait a minute. Doc shows up. She's leaving. It just made me think of this video I saw one time. Is a guy fires a gun in the house, and his brother looks at him and goes, "This is why mom doesn't fucking love you."
I love that video.
So
I'm
so
sorry,
Doc,
I have prior plans with my coven, and we're going to, plan the downfall of the male,
Now wait a minute. You have to spare a few of us.
Yeah, I suppose we do, but
I spare no one of my tomfuckery.
I'm
we're kind of
just
putting
saying.
names in a hat and pulling them out. So good
Well,
luck.
now,
They'll
wait a minute.
worship
If
me,
you're-
so I'm safe.
Do what?
Yeah.
Do what, Hatman?
They'll worship me, so I'm safe.
I don't.
Well, you're not in this little coven meeting, so I don't care.
I worship no mere mortals. Only clutch powers.
Okay, so the wonder is the first person to be,
On the
burnt at
list.
the stake.
Crucified.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Yeah.
Yay.
Back to front.
Wait
Let's
a minute.
go.
Now
That's-
I'm safe, right?
No.
I need an apprentice.
Yeah.
I still need a spare.
All
Just
One sec.
right.
I'm gonna open this
Alright.
beer and hope it doesn't explode.
Wow.
everywhere.
Wow, I appreciate that. You would allow me to be sacrificed, and Hatman just gets to exist. Wow,
He's the devil. Of course he does.
I get that, but I mean, I think my time under his tutelage has earned me immunity.
I mean, yeah, when you put it like that, and you are, my semi stepson. So I think
Okay, so it exploded a
I tell
little
you,
bit.
but see here, and here's
Only
my
a
point
little
with that. Who would be there to actually properly keep like the world's most incredible library? It'd have to be me.
that's true. Plus, when me and the other half need our time away to, do other things, we do need someone at the helm. So, I suppose we do.
It exploded just a tiny bit, like
and here I thought you actually loved me. This is why mom doesn't fucking love me.
This is why I maintain a dignified silence.
this is why mom doesn't fucking love you.
I'm
Anyway,
such a bastard.
have fun, boys. Love you, baby. See you later.
Idea.
Have a good night.
Goodbye, shitface.
Goodbye, dickwad.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Fellas, that's how you communicate with everybody.
You're lucky that Hatman doesn't jump through the microphone
lucky
and
that my
slap
band
you a few times.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that she could rip his spleen out and send it back
Probably.
to his
I mean,
anal
you guys are
passage.
probably twice the size of me because I'm just a skinny motherfucker. So
Well, Doc, how are you?
I'm good. Having car trouble again. with the coolant system again.
Did you make it home?
I did.
Of course it made it home. You're calling me at home.
Yeah, I did, but it was definitely an adventure. It's this. So back in December, I had like, what was it, $700 worth of work done, and it was the water pump had gone bad, and amongst other issues. So they fixed them all. Well, last month, or like either in January or February, I start having similar problems. I take it to the dealership, and they go, "Oh, the water pump was a faulty water pump, so it's covered under warranty." But we also discovered an issue with your head gasket. Do you want that fixed? I was like, the head gasket was like $200. I was like, yeah, go ahead, fix it. And now I'm having coolant problems again. So,
is your refrigerator running? I don't know. I couldn't think of anything to say.
Yeah. Is your coolant system running?
Say what?
I said, is your coolant system running?
It's doing something.
Go without coolant, explodes in a fiery blaze.
Yeah, that is the way a cowboy would die, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Happy Day of the Dude, by the way, there, Doc.
Well, thank you. I definitely feel like, in the spirit of the dude, it's just like the spirit of abiding, just kind of taking it in stride, going, okay,
well,
I've got to take it in on Monday or Tuesday. They'll fix it, and then I can be up and running again.
The dude abides, true.
Oh, so I saw the name Lucifer. Did I tell you about my friend at a church? One of the things that he did.
No.
Did he attempt a failed coup on Lucifer? Is that what
did
you're
he explode?
No. What he did is there's this guy. I was introducing. He's like one of my closest friends, and so I was Widow knows him. So when I was attending a church when I was finishing up college, he came with me one time. He started introducing himself to people as Lucifer, and this one guy like totally bought into it. And he's going, "Lucifer, that is so cool, man, Lucifer!" And like,
oh my god,
dude never caught it. And I just kind of looked at my friend.
I would be laughing so hard. I'd be like, dude, you're such a fucking idiot. Like, bro.
I was like, you should have seen the rest of the group. I was looking around at them, and they were all just kind of like smiling and shaking their heads and laughing about it. Like, don't ruin this for him. Don't ruin this, because this is just too funny that he's falling for it. Yeah, but Donnie never rode a motorcycle, so.
No, Donnie was a surfer. Donnie was a bowler and a good man.
I am a surfer.
He was one of us.
I still think the funniest scene in that movie is when they go to scatter his ashes in the wind.
Yeah.
And puts it back on him.
Lady, I got buddies that died face down in the muck, so you and I can enjoy this family restaurant. But so, Hatman, how are your latest videos coming along?
Oh, very, very slowly. Very slowly.
No other targets while you're working on these particular ones?
I've got a few in mind.
I just witnessed a murder.
Focusing on new stuff while I've still got the old stuff, it's kind of like splitting my attention, so it might just cause more problems than it's worth. So I'll just plunge on, get this one done, and see where I go from there.
Well,
I'm getting a bit fed up with it now, I must admit.
Have you, either I missed it or it hasn't released yet. Did you manage to get part 3 done, or are you still working on it?
I'm still working on that.
Oh, nice. I look forward to it, though.
Yeah,
Part 1 and 2 were fucking great.
There's just so much. It keeps churning out material, and some of it's relevant, some of it's not. So I've kind of hit a point where it's like, okay, I'm drawing the line.
Yeah, you're like, you've got to filter it a little bit, because that's kind of what I had to do with Old Painful when I covered him. You kind of have to filter out parts that are necessary and parts that weren't. And then as soon as my video released, a shit ton of more stuff happened.
Exactly. But I always had a plan with doing it was going to be sort of like 3 or 4 specific subjects, areas, whatever. And then I'll just move on. So this one is a bit more complex because of kind of how it's unfolded. The next one should actually be more straightforward, if anything, but I've got to kind of do this one to lay the groundwork for the next one, so I can't bypass it to go the easy one.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a quandary. But I've got a few lined up after that, depending on what they do.
Well, look who's here, Stu Dog.
I might do one on Stu Dog, you know. I mean, he's
fuck that guy.
Hey,
he's been picking on this poor guy called Jared Wars or something. He's been harassing him for like
dude,
months.
that guy's like totally not like a child predator. He would totally like not say something weird on the internet to warrant people calling him a pedophile.
That brings
what a
me
nice
to
man.
a very interesting question. Hatman, that episode of the Geek Room you popped into that I was on that night, you left out pretty quick.
Yeah, I was tired that night because it was straight after a stream. Obviously, Fridays I work a full day. I start like 8 o'clock. I've got the kids in the afternoon, and then I stream for 3 hours. So it was like 2 a.m. by that point, and about 4 hours sleep in the last 36 or 40 hours. It's like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I need to go to bed. Maybe I should switch out the whiskey for like, Red Bulls or something.
Ugh.
Don't drink that shit.
Yeah.
That will make you like disgusting. Just won't be nice. Like, yeah.
So Doc, what else has been going on with you? You and I haven't talked that much this week.
Oh yeah, just the usual. Found out that my black belt test is in June.
Oh, right on.
So,
Wanderer got drunk for the first time yesterday.
Congrats. How are you feeling?
Shit, but I'm fine. It wasn't anything too heavy.
So I was going back to the other discussion y'all were having earlier. I was listening in on it. I will gladly take Florida.
Why? Why would you take that shit?
The beaches in Miami, because in Miami it's like common everyday day wear for women to wear bikinis. So,
but what about you? You're not taking into consideration the sheer amount of like crackheads and like heroin addicts are in that place.
Yeah, have y'all seen LA and San Francisco? San Francisco has a poop man to help you dodge the piles that people are leaving on the sidewalk.
Yes, we discussed this already.
Yeah, San Francisco sucks.
Yeah, because it was all three of us and Bran that on that episode.
San Francisco.
I sent Bran an invitation, but he is currently out of town. Oh, real quick, speaking of Bran, everyone, if you haven't already, go ahead and like the stream for us. Hit the subscribe button, get the notification bell on. Also, shout out and much love to our friends at the Geek Room, Frank, Bran, Billy. Much love to you guys. Go and check those guys out and hit their subscribe button. Also, you will really enjoy their show. I certainly do. Hang on, what's Stu Dog saying here?
The Florida men. They're an army.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me. My favorite one is the guy who turned himself in because he killed his imaginary best friend while high.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dude, the Florida men be wildin'.
Board Panda has this. 60 times Florida man did something so crazy we have to read the headlines twice. Oh, a Florida man wears an F the police shirt to court, wins case.
Oh my god.
Florida man attacked during selfie with squirrel. Florida man arrested wearing a shirt that said, "Who needs drugs? No, seriously, I have drugs." And he had possession of drugs.
God, I love Florida man.
Okay, this one is good. I've never seen this one. Florida man suspected of using private plane to draw giant radar penis.
Oh, I remember that. That's so, oh my, that was hilarious. I remember that.
Florida man charged with assault with a deadly weapon after throwing alligator through Wendy's drive-through window.
Oh, God.
Oh, bonk! I've done that before. Mine was really funny. I'm gonna do that right now.
So I saw where Texas is going to lift their COVID restrictions.
Yeah, so did Mississippi.
Yeah, go figure, because Tate Reeves is a fucking douche.
Yeah, Tate Reeves. My sister calls him Tater Tot. I call him Taint Reeves.
For those of you who don't know, Doc and I are both originally from Mississippi. So, but it's a mistake. You know, I want them to ease the restrictions over in the UK for the sake of Hatman and Wanderer. I mean, definitely. I mean, my God.
Doesn't mean it won't get people killed.
Yeah, but Hatman has a very important trip he needs to be taken.
Very important people to hug.
What, Hatman?
Oh yes.
See, I'm looking out for you. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking out for you.
I haven't been able to legally hug my girlfriend in a year, and I haven't been able to see my sick nan in double that. That is pain.
Indeed. I can't even, like, I can't even imagine that, dude. I mean, honestly, it's, you know, it's like I was on our, you know, on the last show, you know, me and you were talking, and it's like I said, you know, if my dad were still here and all this was going on, he'd be in a nursing home, there'd be no way I could really go and see him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sucks, dude. That really does suck.
This fucking chair is broken, I swear. Every time I tilt backwards, it feels like I'm gonna fucking topple over. I hate this chair. Anyway, Florida man who allegedly threatened family with Coldplay lyrics ends standoff after SWAT promises him pizza.
I love the fact that it's Coldplay lyrics that are the
Coldplay lyrics. That's fucking amazing. That's on my birthday as well. It was on my birthday 2 years ago. I turned 16 when that was posted. That's amazing.
We all know Hatman likes Coldplay.
No comment.
I'm not. Even if you did, I wouldn't hate on you. I really wouldn't.
The band Coldplay.
I do like a few of their songs. I do.
Yeah.
Wait, let me sing y'all my favorite Coldplay song. Here we go.
No, please don't. You're gonna get us canceled.
I'm singing it right now.
I'll sing mine. It goes a little bit like this. Boom.
Are you drunk right now?
Can someone please save that for the quotes?
Yeah, if you can decipher that.
I'm not drunk. I am sus. That's what I am.
He's getting drunk on stream.
No, I'm not.
Well, I know Hatman. I know Hatman's drinking a little bit, because before we went on the air, I was making a reference to Wanderer drinking something, and then all of us are talking about him slowly starting his descent into alcoholism, and the next thing I know, I hear Hatman pouring a drink in the background.
Well, when you got it, you got it.
Stop it, man.
Bonk. Dude, eat shit, man. I did it.
So, okay. So I have a question for everyone. Now that they're like, I can't believe that they're actually releasing like, new movies on like streaming services and everything, but they're so damn expensive just to be able to see it. Anyone looking forward to the new Ghostbuster movie?
Woohoo!
No, I haven't actually looked into it, actually.
Are you going to watch it, Hatman?
I probably will. I mean, I don't know when it's due to come out. I know that Zack Snyder's Justice League's out in a couple of weeks, followed by Godzilla at the end of the month.
Oh, they're just not making movies that I really want to see.
All I really want to watch on TV nowadays is like Star Wars shit or MCU shit. I like for the last like handful of I guess you could say like handful of months or something, I've been watching like a shit ton of Marvel films.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have access to Netflix right now because I can always find something great on there to watch. And it really sucks because I got in. I have to see like the last season of Lucifer. I was like fully just embedded into that show, and I don't have Netflix anymore. So, but I want to see the new Ghostbuster movie. I really do. I'm really excited for it because it actually looks like it's worth the shit. The preview of it for Doc and me and Hatman. I mean I've seen the first two like hundreds of times, and the new one actually looks really, really good. And the fact that they got the original cast to come back on for it, and I mean all of them,
that's even better.
That makes it even better.
Yeah, it's a nice touch to get the originals back in.
Well, yeah, I think that's one of the good things about the new Star Wars films, that they got some of the OG cast back.
Oh, Bill Murray didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it at all. In fact, I was watching something about him where he was saying like he didn't like Ghostbusters 2. He hates it. Like
Ghostbusters 2 is a little bit of a downgrade compared to the first one.
I have to disagree. I think they're both amazing.
But I still think it's an amazing film. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a bad film by any stretch of the imagination. But then again, too, there are certain elements of the second one that I prefer over the first one.
No, I'm sorry. The first one to me is flawless.
Yeah, the first one.
It's flawless.
The first one's perfect, but like there are certain things that you get in the sequel that you could never get in the first movie.
Well, I kind of get that. I mean, but see, you also have to take into consideration like they actually moved it up, like the timeline. They didn't try to go and set it back like a year later. They moved like 5 years later.
Yeah.
But
I think that was a smart decision storyline wise too. And
then, but the new one, the Afterlife, is what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do with Egon's character since Harold Ramis died.
The main character in it, I believe, like the kid in the movie, is going to be Egon's grandson.
Okay.
I think that's the way they're going with it.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see the new Mortal Kombat as well. That's good.
I've seen stories about it, but I haven't watched the preview or anything. I enjoy the first one. I enjoy the original. It's fun. It's just a fun movie. That's exactly what it is, and it's way better. And that one, and I enjoy Street Fighter. I enjoy the Street Fighter movie. I think it was good in its own right. But it's one of those that's, I guess, just some people like it, some people don't. I enjoy it. I think it's good. They were both fun movies. But I haven't watched anything about the new Mortal Kombat.
I've seen screenshots. It looks kind of cool.
So, Hatman, they've made a new Godzilla movie.
Yeah, Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, that one might actually be interesting.
It looks okay from the teasers, but I don't know how they'll stretch it out over a couple of hours. But I mean, it's a big lizard and a big ape
Monkey.
Like what King Kong?
Yeah.
The King Kong movie was what, 3 hours long?
Which one? Because
The one that had
Kong Skull Island, which was a few years ago.
No, the one that had Jack Black in it.
Yeah, that's no, it's not that one.
There was one of them that was like almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, that's the Jackson one. The Kong Skull Island's the one which links into the Godzilla franchise.
Okay.
It's like the same universe and continuity.
You know, I mean, honestly, I can't really get into those movies.
Me neither.
I mean, no offense to them, but I mean, it's just all the same premise. I mean, he shows up and destroys shit, and they find a way to kill him or at least make him like unconscious for, a decade or two. Like I said, I'm not ridiculing them. I just never quite got into it. When it came to like, Japanese movies, I was always more into like ninja flicks. That's what I enjoyed. Who's going to be in this new one?
Which one?
The new, like the one that Hatman's talking about.
Well, Millie Bobby Brown's one of the leads, so it's her of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And the other guy keeps cropping up. Kyle Chandler, I think it is. He keeps cropping up in movies and TV shows from time to time. It's like I think I got most of the ones from Godzilla, King of the Monsters back for this one. It's like no super big names attached to it. Probably because they spend so much on the damn special effects.
I wanted to see that last. Did that Top Gun sequel ever come out?
It's coming out later this year.
Oh, it's coming out later this year?
Yeah, let me look at it. It's Top Gun Maverick.
I'm going to try and get the cinema for that one, I think.
Oh,
yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that one too.
So my big problem though with that, with the whole premise of it, is because if anybody knows anything about the U.S. Navy, it's coming out July 2nd of this year, which is the perfect day for it. But if anybody knows anything about the U.S. Navy, they're like, when you look at how many years have passed since that first one and this one, he was a lieutenant in that Navy, which is a third level officer. It's 03. He had already probably put in at least 4 years at that point before he went to Top Gun. Possibly 6 years. In the U.S. military, in order to get to full retirement, you have to spend a minimum of 20 years. And that is, you get half your base pay when you retire. Well, 30 years, you get 75%. 40 years, you get 100% of your base pay, but it's a mandatory retirement.
Hang on. I have what does this have to do with the movie we were just talking about?
I'm getting there. So the Navy has a policy that once you stay at a rate or a rank and a time in rank, you only have a certain amount of years before in order to progress up to the next one. Well, when you start getting to certain levels, either enlisted or officer level, they have they're like at maximum, we can only take 75% of all 04s to become an 05. And then it's like, I think that's how they do it from 05 to 06. And then going from 06 to 07, they only take half. So basically half of all captains can become admirals. Well, when in the trailer, when Ed Harris says you should be a 2-star admiral, yet here you are, captain. Really?
Okay, but I mean,
let me say this though. I'm getting there. Realistically, he would have been forced out of the Navy by that point. He would have spent too long at those ranks for him to stay in, and if he'd been that much of trouble, they would have been looking to get rid of him no matter what his scorecard said.
Oh, right, but I think you like really didn't need to travel all that way around all of that just to, you know, get to that point. Because I mean, really, I mean, the movie itself, I mean, I'm just wanting to see it.
I am too. I am too, but I hope but for me though, I'm looking at it going, man, a guy that would have been that much trouble as an officer probably never would have made it to captain.
I honestly, I didn't really pay that much attention to that.
And he probably wouldn't be flying either. Flying much either, because at that point you're over entire ships.
Yeah.
So.
So Wanderer.
Yo.
What is that?
Somebody getting spanked in the background.
Hatman, this is not the time to punish somebody.
Never do with me.
It's my carabiner.
I'm on a night off.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure it is, Doc. Whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy.
No, I got punched in the butthole in karate this week.
That was random.
Yeah. I figured you were talking about punishment and stuff like that. We were working on some sparring drills.
Okay, I don't think we need. I don't think we need.
He blocked my leg when I went to kick him, and then he went to counter with a punch, but aimed too low and hit me right in the butthole.
I don't. Well, we did. I don't think we needed the story of it. I mean, just you simply saying that sentence, I think, was enough. To be honest with you.
Someone posted, "I want to kiss the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, even the ones that would kill me." Why the fuck would you post that online? Why the fuck is it, dude? Riddle me this.
Well,
yes, Batman.
You could get the same experience by going up and kissing the senators and the elderly senators and Congress people.
I'm screenshotting that and I'm going to share it on my meme page.
All right, so Wanderer, we're gonna go ahead and jump into your homework for the week.
Roger.
So this time I sent you. Let me get this pulled back up here just real fast. I sent you. Oh, how did you like that Down concert I sent you?
It was pretty good. I really enjoyed the rendition of Life. I thought.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Yeah, it was quite interesting because I had like snippets in between where it was kind of like they were just talking and stuff. Or
when I watched it, when they did that, you notice they closed with "Bury Me in Smoke" and they like.
Yeah,
like they were switching out, people who were playing and everything. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So I sent you Undertow from Tool.
You did.
And I sent you Johnny Kelly and Kenny Hickey from Typo Negative's side project called Seventh Void.
Yeah.
And their album Heaven Is Gone. So I really want to save that one for last. So let's hear what you had to say about Undertow.
Okay.
I saw on Twitter that you said you'd been listening to a lot of Tool lately.
I had. It's mainly anime, but honestly, a lot of the songs from Undertow have made it into that list now as well. So I'll start off with Intolerance, which is the first track. I wasn't too crazy about it in the start, but there were some moments in the song which I really enjoyed. I thought the chorus was fantastic. There was a moment around the first and second verse where the vocals kind of bled into the instrumentation with some effects, and it sounded dope as fuck. So I thought this was a really pleasant start of the album. I was really looking forward to what I was going to hear next. So then we have Prison Sex, which, by the way, is a pogger's name. The song was alright overall. Once again, I wasn't really too crazy about it. The riff was pretty good. Guitar, as always, from Tool sounds absolutely amazing. I think one of the main reasons I like listening to Tool is the guitar and the drums, because they are like, when I think of Tool, I think of the guitar and the drums.
Oh, Danny Carey is definitely. I tell you what, just look him up on YouTube. Actually, as a matter of fact, while you're doing your review, I'm going to send you a video, and after we go off the air, if you guys want to hang out and we just talk after the show, but I'm going to send you a video because while we're hanging out after this is over, I want you to watch it and tell me what you think. But anyway, yeah, Danny Carey is amazing. He is one of my top 5 favorite drummers of all time.
He's a talented dude. Goes without saying.
All right, go ahead.
So getting on a Sober, the start of the song was really nice. With like the palm muted strumming and the screeching guitars in the background and stuff. The drums and the more of the guitar work came in, and it kind of boosted the greatness straight off the bat, really. And I really enjoyed the opening build-up. Probably my favorite song so far. Drums and guitars, both lead and ambient, sounded pretty good. So yeah, Sober's up there. Sober's one of the nice ones. I wasn't a big fan of Bottom. The song overall sounded pretty sick. The break in between with the chilled, the more chilled out drums and the chilled out guitar and stuff, it was pretty cool. I like that. I dig some of Down's kind of switch ups in songs. I like that. Then we have Crawl Away. The start was kind of weird, but the riff was pretty damn epic. I like the riff in Crawl Away. We have Swamp Song. This one really kind of reminded me of Alice in Chains in a way. I think it was the riff and the vocals kind of gave me that Alice in Chains vibe. And I think I say the same thing for Seventh Void as well. There's a song in there that really reminds me of Alice in Chains. Then we have the title track, Undertow. I thought it was a pretty sick track, and every inch of it was really damn good. So Undertow is another one that I really liked out of the album. Then we have 4 Degrees. 4 Degrees it's kind of like a mix for me. I like it, but I'm not sure if it's like my favorite at the same time, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's still a pretty damn good song, though. Then we get on to probably one of my favorite tracks from Undertow, and that is Flood. Flood is a beautiful, beautiful track. And it has such a menacing opener. And like the reverbed vocals over the really powerful drums and that really menacing bass line and riff sounds fucking glorious. So I really like that song. It's probably my favorite one. And then we have a Disgustipated. Honestly, I feel like it could have ended on a better note. Maybe I probably would have made like Flood the one to end off the album, but Disgustipated was alright. I wasn't too much of a fan of it overall, but I mean, it was a pretty decent track. So a lot of these tracks overall, I really thoroughly enjoyed. I don't think it was... I can't tell if I enjoyed it more than the last 2 I've listened to. However, I still really enjoyed it as well. And honestly, I'll probably end up going back and listening to this a handful more times in the future. So I'm going to give Undertow an 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean that score kind of hurts. All right, so I'm really excited to hear what you thought about Seventh Void.
I have a lot to say regarding them, actually. So, starting with the Jesus Christ, did a bomb just go off?
I have no idea what that was. It wasn't.
Doc's making like fucking bombs. Either way, so the opening track is called Closing In. And right off the bat, the vocals are very familiar to some of the stuff I've heard from Typo. They definitely hold an aberration of the backing vocals. Obviously, the guy who's the lead singer, he is the person who did the backing vocals for Pete. in typo, and it sounds very, very similar, and that's something I really like. That's something I was like, right off the bat, that's something they used to do, and I like that. So, however, while that is kind of like a similar aspect, they have a totally different spin on things. The style and guitar mood and almost every single aspect is far different from anything that I'd imagine Typo Negative like playing or producing. And the guitar switch up at around the two, I want to say it's 2 3/4 minutes. Like the riff that accompanied that as well. It reminded me of Typo a small tad. And that was a really nice feeling. And it was, in my opinion, this was an immaculate track to open up with. So I really enjoyed closing in. Then we get on to the title track, which is placed at second, actually. So this sounds identical to the song before. The same or similar key, tone, and mood, familiar tempo. Vocals are, once again, really, really awesome. I wish we got more of this kind of style with Typo Negative. I think something like this with Typo would be amazing. I would have loved that. But there was only a handful of times we got to hear anything similar to this. Like, we never got anything this heavy before. I thought the drums were great, and I really enjoyed the guitar as well. Getting on to End of All Time, the riff kind of differs from the two previous tracks. While Heaven Is Gone and Closing In sound quite similar, the End of All Time kind of breaks it off a little bit. The vocals and guitar style really reminded me of Down on this one, which was something I kind of appreciated. And I thought the drums at parts were pretty chill. So I like the End of All Time. Good track. Broken Sky. Broken Sky gave me the Alice in Chains feels I was talking about before. I think it was more in the vocal style and the riff pattern. The chorus was absolutely beautiful, and I love the dialed down vocals at the beginning. Riff was gorgeous, and probably my favorite track of the album. Then we have Killing You Slow. It had a repetitive and sharp riff. The chorus is once again pretty neat. It slows down, and it sounds really nice when it slows. It gave me callbacks to Who Will Save the Sane from World Coming Down. And I'm not sure where or what gave me those vibes, but something gave me those vibes. Then we get in Slow Descent. I really like Seventh Void's choruses. Slow Descent is a perfect example of that. It's similar to how I feel about Vision Disorder, because sometimes I feel like the bulk of their song is kind of but then the chorus comes around, and then it lifts the entire song up. So that's something I really appreciate. Shadow on Me wasn't too big on this one. I'm not gonna lie, wasn't too big on that one. Then we have Drown Inside. I thought the riff was pretty sweet. I don't really have much to say on this one. The vocals were once again great. Death of a Junkie, once again, brilliant track. Pretty much the same shit can be said. And then we get onto the final track, which is Last Walk in the Light. Had a really lovely riff. And it was one that was very different from the rest of the album. And I thought it was a good send-off. And I thought it was a great track, too. Now, I enjoyed this album. And it gave me a little taste of what I'd want.
It gave you a little more, just a little more typo that wasn't quite Typo Negative.
Yeah, it was like Typo Negative, but like cracked out, basically.
It was. I mean, obviously, when you listen to that, you're gonna get a nod of typo in there, especially with the sound and the tone.
Yeah.
And I think that's one reason why. Because I was just going back and looking over their Wikipedia. I didn't know that they had split up.
Yeah.
Like, I know Johnny Kelly is playing drums for Glenn Danzig. I know he plays drums for him because when I went to the Blacks to the Black tour, he's the headliner of that. And so they got up on stage and I was looking behind the drums and I'm like, holy shit, that's Johnny Kelly.
Yeah.
like I had no idea. So yeah, it was cool to see Johnny play drums again.
Yeah.
So what do you give it? Let me hear it.
I'm thinking the same as Undertow, 8.5.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't quite there, but it was still amazing.
Now, honestly, that disappoints me because I'm kind of like, as big of a Typo fan as you've become, I figured that seventh Void record would have gotten you.
I mean, like the band said on multiple occasions, it's not Typo if you don't have Peter.
Well, right, I
That's
completely.
that, if Peter was in there somewhere, if he was still alive, and like maybe he appeared on Seventh Void or something.
Oh no, that would have been cool. I think it would have been better to switch it up, and I mean have like not necessarily have Peter in the band, but have him like do well. I mean I guess you could have, but have him do the backing vocals for Kenny, like reverse them.
Yeah, that actually would be really cool. But I enjoyed it, but it definitely wasn't like my favorite, if you know what I mean.
All right. Well, I've sent you your next homework assignment.
All right, let me check that now. All right,
That's right. You'll check right now because if you don't, you're being very undude.
Well, I was finishing my beer, dude. Let's see. Also, we got 3 here.
No, the first video was that.
Oh yeah, the first one's Lateralus. Okay. Yeah. All right, so let me see. So we got Candlebox, which I'm under the impression this is like a self-titled album.
Yes.
From 1993. You were telling me about them before.
Yeah, this is one of those bands that they kind of appeared out of nowhere and they got big quick. And but this is their first album and it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And then we also have someone who's been quite controversial in the last couple of months. We have a Antichrist Superstar from Marilyn Manson,
which is an amazing record.
Yeah. I mean, Marilyn Manson's been under fire recently. I don't know if you heard about his I think it was like some sort of abuse allegations or something along the lines of that.
Yeah, I've heard it, but
yeah,
I don't know where I can't see it. I can't.
I think honestly you've got to separate the art from the artist as well. Like you don't really know these people on a personal level. You don't know what they're like unless you've really spoke to them or you know them on that personal level. So you can't, you've got to kind of be careful and then also, separate, what you enjoy from the artist. Like, for example, I used to be into a rapper who literally beat his fucking girlfriend while she was pregnant. He was a scumbag for that.
Oh, yeah.
But I still loved his music back in the day.
Yeah,
XXX Tentacion. He died in 2018.
Hatman, what's your take on the whole Manson thing? I've been meaning to ask you this.
I think there's probably something to it. How much of it is accurate? How much of it is people now jumping on a bandwagon? I suppose that's a question. It's always like one person comes out and says he abused me, and then suddenly everybody else comes out at the same time. Maybe it's like just a dam breaching, and there is all of this stuff behind. But of course, then there's other people saying, "Well, he wasn't like that with me." Okay, that's fine. He wasn't like that with you. But people do change. People can get increasingly weird. People can get increasingly aggressive, or whatever it may have been. It might be a case if he got away with it once, it's like, okay, that was fine. That titillated me, but it doesn't anymore. So he moved up a notch and so on. But I think there's probably something to it for definite. How much? That's the question.
To be determined, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that you have to separate the art from the artist, and I mean, and it's and I simply speak from somebody, number one, who's a huge fan, and number two, someone who respects how intelligent he is. Because I mean, if you listen to his interviews and everything, I mean, he's a very intelligent and very outspoken guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, he's played in Birmingham a couple of times, and let me put it to you like this: when he comes to Birmingham, he apparently plays at this one venue. And I was looking at concerts in Birmingham one day, and I saw he was coming, and he was coming to Birmingham, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to go to this. And then like a couple of days before that, Slayer was going to be in town. And so the previous situation I was in, I'm like, hey, do you want to go see Marilyn Manson? She didn't want to go see him. Well, then I said, okay, well, Slayer's playing a couple of days before. And she's like, I go see them. But here's the thing. Marilyn Manson sold out. Slayer didn't.
What, do you think that was because of the venue?
No. I figured if a guy like Marilyn Manson would sell out, that Slayer definitely would have. Now maybe they sold out like closer to the concert because it's a general admission venue. But yeah, when I bought the tickets for us to go see Slayer, Marilyn Manson was already sold out.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I would love to see him live. I actually read the review of the concert the next day, and they actually compared him to his performance to like a modern day David Bowie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
See, for me, like when it comes to allegations against Marilyn Manson, I'm not going to say I believe them 100% right off the bat, but I am inclined to lean towards that the allegations are true. Because the reason why I am inclined is there's been just a handful of women who have come out and said this, and none of they don't have a cabal, like none of them hang out, none of them are friends with each other, but all of their stories demonstrate patterns and similarities where you're just like, okay, I kind of have to, I'm a little bit more inclined to believe that. And we're not talking like Bill Cosby numbers, because you have like, 60 some odd women with Bill Cosby, you're like, oh yeah, that guy definitely did something. But with Marilyn Manson, it's kind of like we're starting to see that come out. And the other reason why too, I'm like kind of saying I'm inclined, but not fully believing it is, when some people have a tendency to draw toxic people to them.
Yeah.
Get into toxic relationships. Widow knows that's been my case in the past. And what happens when you sometimes, like, especially with men, when you're the one who's being abused, usually that abuse comes out in the form of like verbal and mental abuse from the woman. Very rarely, and if it's physical, you're not going to say anything. There is something called reactive abuse, where the victim, the person who's just been getting browbeaten over and over, reacts, and finally they've had enough and they just explode. And that can take any form, unfortunately. That could take a physical form, which God forbid it doesn't. God forbid that happens. But one of the things that it most oftentimes comes is the person's finally had enough and they say something back to them.
Yeah.
And when you look at the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation, it quickly became apparent that Amber Heard was the abuser in that, because she actually has a history. Like one of her previous romantic interests, one of her previous romantic relationships said, there is a restraining order against Amber Heard in that relationship. That was taken out. The police were called numerous times. And same thing happened with Johnny Depp. And people were like, well, both of them seem to be toxic and abusing each other. And I'm like, well, not really, because if you look, no other partner with Johnny Depp has said he was abusive. So Johnny Depp may be a very good case that it was what they term as reactive abuse.
Yeah.
And like for me personally, like kind of like my litmus test when dating a woman is, which side does she take in that? Does she take the side of Amber Heard, or does she take the side of Johnny Depp? If she takes the side of Amber Heard, it's done. I'm like, nope. because that woman is toxic. You know, I'm not saying.
Yeah, I believe Johnny Depp, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd say his story holds a little bit more truth.
Oh, it does, because he has so many character witnesses who are coming out and you know, standing up for him. And unfortunately, with Marilyn Manson, when you look at his romantic interest, you've got those 3 or 4 women who've come forward, as far as I know. But then you also have patterns of behavior outside of that, where people are like, "Oh, the dude was a total douchebag too."
Yeah.
And with Johnny Depp, like, no one has anything bad to say about Johnny Depp. Not his friends, not acquaintances, not even people who've had a negative experience with Johnny Depp, if you can find those. Most of the time, even if they're negative experience, they're like, well, he was still cordial and polite and he wasn't a jerk. I just kind of pissed him off and he walked away.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we to believe that somebody like Johnny Depp has suddenly become this one monstrous abuser in this one relationship, or is there something more to the story?
Yeah, is there someone we're missing?
Yeah, there's a lot that's missing out of that. And so with Marilyn Manson, I'm kind of like, let's wait till more evidence comes forward. But unfortunately, I think he may be at fault. Now, the one thing I do think is kind of crappy in all of this is by the time they'd only had 2 women accuse him, he had lost his publicist, his record label had dropped him just on the mere accusations. And I'm like, what if let's just make an argument and say that, you know, that there is a conspiracy, that these women are trying to bring him down because he wouldn't pay money out to them or whatever. And I'm not saying that that is the case. I'm just saying a what if scenario, because if some dumbass decides to take this out of context, they're going to have an argument from me on their hands.
Yeah.
But let's just for argument's sake say that this is the case that was happening. Without any further proof, just a mere accusation, Marilyn Manson's life has just been turned upside down. And, you know, he has no way to defend himself, because who seriously is going to believe him now? And that's kind of where my big problem with cancel culture comes into play. You know, people say, well, it's others facing consequences. And I'm going, sometimes most of the time cancel culture gets it wrong. It's like, if you held any views that we don't like at any point in your life, we're going to take whatever you said from 10 years ago, take it out of context, put it in today's time frame until you apologize for it today, even though you may have said, I used to hold some abhorrent views and I have quickly changed those. Because which one of us 10 years ago would have agreed with ourselves? You know, how many of us have really changed our views over the last 10 years? I know I have. I mean, there's a lot between the end of my 20s versus the end of my 30s that I don't even hold to anymore. And so it's like people feel good about bringing others down, ruining lives, and not even thinking about the consequences. They're like, well, we're going to get you fired from your job. I'm like, okay, you get someone fired from their job. Big deal. They go find another job. Sometimes you may have done them a favor, and they may actually find a job that pays them $10,000 more a year. And then what are you going to do in that case? Are you going to then find their new employers and then try to get them fired? Like, where does it end? Do you try to keep that person perpetually and keep them in the shadows to where they can't make a livelihood? They become homeless. And is that justification for them saying something wrong, you know, yesterday or, you know, 5 years ago? Is that really fair to the person? And there is no path to rehabilitation, no path to getting welcomed back into society. And these people are like, well, they should never have said that. My God, where does it end? You know, where does the righteous indignation end? You know, these people need to go read their history books and look at what happened to Robespierre in the French Revolution.
Well, I mean, like I said, I try to separate the art from the artist. I mean, I'll always be a fan of his work, because I mean, his music, with the exception of a couple of albums, has been very, very good. No, I
Yeah.
know. I know. I'd sent Wanderer Portrait of an American Family.
I thought it was alright. Yeah.
This one's interesting, but it's very, very good. There are some interludes in it, but the interludes are actually like they play into the album. Like if you really pay attention to it, it kind of moves along similar to. It's kind of like it's basically kind of like a story. It's basically a concept album in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you'll really enjoy this one. There's a couple of tracks. I mean, of course, I'm sure you've heard "Beautiful People." That's on this record.
Yeah.
But I'm just not gonna, play into it. I'm just gonna kind of see what happens. But I mean, I'll always be a fan of his music. If you haven't read his book, his biography is really, really good too.
Yeah.
If none of you have actually read, if none of you have read it, I recommend it.
I have.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Hold on, one sec. I'm gonna turn my radiator off because I'm fucking cooking.
All right, man. I don't know. Well, I was going to say something, but it slips my mind. But as my dad said, it doesn't get any better with age.
Yeah, it's really bad when they say that the early symptoms of Alzheimer's is like you forget things, and I've been forgetting things since I was 2.
Right. And so Hatman, have they started giving y'all any indication of how they're going to attempt to remove the lockdown, or is it all just going to be like, hey, you can go do whatever you want?
They're mostly going to base it on vaccinations from the sounds of it. I think they're aiming to start vaccinating most of the ordinary people, like under 50, from the beginning of April. So I expect I'll get my summons to have my injection. I don't know. It depends what they do, because before they went to lockdown, it wasn't illegal to travel. It was just sort of not
Frowned
advised.
upon.
Yeah, but it wasn't illegal. So whether or not at the end of the month they go back to something like that and say, well, we don't recommend you travel, but we're not going to penalize if you do.
If you
use your judgment, kind of thing.
If you absolutely must do it,
Yeah. Hey, I'm horny. I need to do it. I'm out of here.
Just like, you're not going to hold me back anymore.
Yeah. And I just got to half expect that once they release everything and say, okay, it's almost back to life, as no one's going to be, yeah, get your ass back in the office. Which I don't mind, but to be honest, I don't think I want to go back in the office full time anymore. I do kind of like being...
Can you not opt to work from home?
I think because it's been that successful, a lot of people probably start to do that. So I'll probably push to at least do that, maybe 1 to 2 days a week. But we'll see. It's a discussion to have in due course, I guess.
I was going to say, you should just go for it. Just be like, I want to stay at the house.
Yeah, well, I must admit, being at home means I'm not traveling, which saves me the best part of like an hour and a bit every day. And obviously it saves on fuel costs and everything else. But the trade-off is I'm like permanently at my desk. So either for working or for gaming or for YouTubing, it's all the same desk. It gets a bit draining.
You should try to take at least 1 day a week away from the desk.
Well, I can't really do that if I'm working, though. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, when you're not working, taking a break from the desk at least once a week.
Oh, yeah, I do periodically. want to go to sleep.
That's however many hours my body tells me to shut down for, and then I'm right I'm right back on the horse.
Almost missing the gym as well, because with that being closed, it's like there's another part of my routine shot. So it'd be nice to see that open up. They did briefly open up between the lockdowns, but it was only for like 45 minutes a session. Can't do it in 45 minutes.
My mom actually just got her second shot not too long ago. So she's pretty stoked about that. I still haven't heard from when I can actually get mine.
Yeah, which one did she get? She get the Moderna or the Pfizer?
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I think unfortunately for us, unless there are any circumstances that can bump us up earlier in the list, you and I are in the group that is considered of least concern. So we will get it we'll be the last ones to get it. Although Biden has said there should be enough vaccine out there for every adult to get a shot. And I hope that is true, because if I can get vaccinated, if we can get everybody vaccinated by June, or by the end of June, we will be at a really good spot. And from what I understand, too, there is a possibility that we might have to actually go through more than just this one round of shots, because with the variants that are coming out, they might have to readjust the vaccines and make additional vaccine for us all to have to be able to withstand the upcoming varieties that we're getting. But I just want this to end, because I've determined I'm not going to any show until like maybe June of 22, or yeah, June 22.
I can't really say that I blame you.
I mean, you know how much I love Steel Panther, and they're going to be at a town not too far from where I live. The problem is, it's in April, and I'm like, not enough people who will go to the show will have received the vaccine, so that's going to become a mass spreader event. So I'm not going to the show.
No. No, I don't blame you on that. I really don't. I mean, I want to get the gigs, really bad. But I just don't know if it'd be safe or not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel bad for Wander and Hatman. I mean, my God. I mean, they've kept y'all like pretty much under lock and key.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
getting dull now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, y'all are in the situation that California is in.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just, I mean, I just want it to end for them. I know they've got to be sick of it. I would be too. It's just crazy to me.
Something back.
Oh, I thought you were just sitting there listening.
I was for a time. I had to take a call real quick.
Yeah, call of nature.
Nah, I call with my girlfriend.
Yeah. We know you've been sitting there drinking beer the whole. Oh, bless me! Wow, that came out of nowhere.
I have opened a new one. So you're kind of right, but
you're kind of right, but you're kind of not. So
yeah, dude, it's aggression will not sound, man.
Look, man, I'm not trying to scam anybody here. I mean, your wife goes out, knows money all over town, including to known pornographers, which is cool. Which is cool. I don't know.
My wife is not the issue here.
Someday I hope she will live on her allowance, which is ample. But if she cannot, that's her problem, not mine.
Not mine.
Every time a rug in this city is micturated upon, I'm supposed to compensate this. Oh, man. So what is everyone's plans for this evening?
Not many. I just probably listen to music and then hopefully do some editing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work out.
I'll work out when I walk in spot. Yeah, this is what I see.
Oh yeah, that's my man. My goal is
my anthem.
My goal is to get. So I started off weighing 250. I'm down to like 192 now. My goal is to get to 150.
Nice.
And then add like 20 pounds of muscle from there. So realistically, get down to 150 and then bulk up from there. Because I just want to be able to say I lost 100 pounds.
That would be dope.
I'm going to start getting down to some weight loss this summer myself. But I'm just gonna take it at take it a little at the time and just start working my way up. I do need to drop some weight. I really do.
It takes time and effort, man. So
yeah, I know, but at the same time, it's I need, like I said, I need to do it. But all in good time. So how is your project coming along, Wanderer?
It's going all right. I've done a couple demo runs. One of the demos turned out really shit quality, and it's because I downloaded it straight from YouTube instead of uploading what I had to OneDrive. Because what I've done is I've switched editing software halfway through. So basically, I am no longer using iMovie for my videos.
Okay.
I am now using Kdenlive, which is a free editing software, and it's on PC, not on my iPhone. So I'm currently using that. There's been a couple issues, but all of them seem to iron out as soon as I render, so it should be fine theoretically. But I do want to get some more work done. I've got some footage to film, and then I've got to just slap it together in the editor. So. And then I'm going to start on some of the last ones. Currently, we're on like chapter 10 or something of 14, so we've only got a little bit left to do. I mean, we could easily have this out by early summer.
Nice.
It's exactly how I wanted it to go.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I really, really am.
Thanks, man.
Is it all coming out at once or like in pieces?
It'll probably all come out at once because obviously like
just one long video.
Yeah, from what it seems like, me and Sudog have got it, so it's going to be like probably a video that's going to be like 40 minutes to maybe an hour, depending on how it goes.
I'm looking forward to it, dude. The second it drops, I'm going to watch it.
Thanks, man. I'll try and drop it at like a sensible time. I think honestly probably around the time that we usually do the show, like the 8 o'clock time for a release is pretty damn good because it hits a good spot for people over in the US because I have a quite a large US audience. Oh fuck! I just fell off the map.
Stop gaming during the show.
No, I'm playing Mario Galaxy. But yeah, like I have a big US audience because obviously like Fallout's like an American-based game, so
yeah.
So I think hitting that 8 p.m. mark would be pretty damn cool, so that I can really make sure that I'm delivering on everybody that I know watches my content and not just like specific people. So then it'll do better on day one than if I say release it at like a really unusual time.
Well, like I said, I'm really looking forward to it when it comes out.
Thanks, dude.
And I know Doc and Hatman will definitely check it out.
Oh,
you might get some, just be like, this sucks from a bunch of us, but
Yeah,
what is this garbage?
I don't do that.
Try to be more diplomatic on that.
Never assume what the hat will do.
This is moderately adequate.
Rather splendid, rather poggers.
Oh my god. No, I'm just gearing up for it. I got the next I'm working the next 5 days, and then I get the weekend off.
Nice.
Yeah, this would be like an actual, like, I've had days on the weekend off, obviously, but I've never actually had like a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday.
My beer's all for me. I don't like that.
I may have to go get some fixins for White Russians and all of that.
Dude, like half of this bottle's fizzed up. What is this bullshit?
Wait, what?
Half of my bottle just went frothy because I left it on the windowsill.
I wonder why. It's the heat, man. Or like
I'm just way too hot. I'm so sexy and epic.
God. That I guess that's debatable. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm the most beautifulest motherfucker
in the world, bitches.
In the universe, bitches.
Bitches. That's what we start calling Wanderer. We start calling him bitches.
Mr. Bitches. Master Bitch.
You really? I don't know if you really want to go by that.
Damn. Sorry, I was just having a sudden Master of Puppets moment.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not. I love Master of Puppets.
I can't believe that just turned 35.
Wait, what turned 35?
Master of Puppets.
Oh man. What was that?
I have.
Oh, is it doing that? Is it doing that thing again?
No, I heard some like music, I think, on your end.
Yeah, dude, it does this. I don't know why, but whenever I watch a video, it like takes the audio and slaps it on the call for some reason. And I don't know why it does that. Because Zabrak sent me a video and I wanted to watch it.
Well, I think we're going to get ready to wrap up here in just the next couple of minutes. It's certainly been an interesting show. We've discussed world domination, and we got a long explanation about the movie Top Gun. I'm just picking at you, Doc. But no, we will be back a week from today. Like I said, I'm going to try to see if we can get someone lined up to come in. Actually, I've been talking with Jules Tells All, and I've actually invited her to come on the show. So if we can get on a weekend show, we may end up doing like a night show so she can come on.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, that'd be like super early in the morning over there for you, Wanderer.
Is she the one in I'm pretty sure she's in Black Eyed TV's server.
She's the Yoshi.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
I know who she is now.
Well, but I'm working on that, so we'll see what we can do to get her on to just come and shoot the shit with us for a while. But all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna close out this Day of the Dude edition of the Sanctum this week. But Hatman, I know you got the big project going on. Are you just gonna keep streaming every Friday, or do you have something smaller you're gonna put out there beforehand?
I've got nothing else planned for uploading until I get the bigger one, I guess, done. So I'll just continue streaming in the meantime until it's done. I'd like to try and get it knocked out this week, so hopefully get it up. Well, not this week, but next week sometime. I hope.
Well, everyone in the chat, if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to Sir Hatman here. His content is absolutely, it's fun and it's thoroughly sarcastic. I'll give you that.
Occasionally, anyway.
The sarcasm is easy to translate. I mean, even though he's laying it on pretty thick at some points. Because he's calling out a person for how incredibly stupid they are. It's rather enjoyable. It's a spectator sport. If you know, I would say that sarcasm nowadays is a spectator sport.
Probably.
Well, all right, and Hatman streams every Friday night at 5 p.m. Central, so that'd be 6 o'clock Eastern. Go and subscribe to his page, get the notification bell on. I usually am in there when I'm not having to work. So definitely come and check out his streams and have some fun with us, and watch when all the socks come popping in that we have to get rid of.
Yeah. Fun from time to time.
I bet your block list is just getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Yeah, it depends how much time they want to invest in creating new socks. They didn't come in. If they tried on Friday, they didn't make it through, so I presume they haven't created any new socks. So.
Right. Well, all right, guys. We are going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up. Doc, you got anything you want to say?
No, just other than I really enjoyed it today, and thanks everybody for letting me come on later than normal due to car trouble.
We'll cut your time in half next week, just out of principle. Just out of sheer principle. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Like the stream if you already haven't, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us and that notification bell. If you know anyone who would enjoy the show and like to come and interact with us, send them the link to the channel and tell them to also hit that subscribe button for us, because we really appreciate all the love and support. But we will see you next week. And it will should be Doc Wanderer and myself, and we may see who we may have pop back in with us. But until then, my friends, enjoy your Day of the Dude, and as always, peace be with you.